Hi guys, Debbie Palmer here, DPP, coming to you live. Here I am with some more tips. So I am going to tell you guys a little bit about how I started Scentsy with events. I knew that when I started that parties were not, I didn't want to do parties. That was one of the things that I said to my sponsor when I started. I said, do I have to do parties? She said, no, you don't have to do parties. You can do it the way you want to. So I chose to work events. And I remember the first event that I worked, it was a women's expo. And there were at least 1,000 people there. And I remember my first setup, I didn't know what I was doing. It was quite interesting. I've shown the pictures many times. Like when I look at that, like, oh my goodness, I can't even believe that's the setup that I had. I was all dressed up. I had my daughter there with me, dressed in purple. My sponsor was there, and my first team member was there. And I remember selling 2 items. I sold it was called plug-in at that time, and 1 bar. The plug-in at the time was $15, and the bar was $5. I only sold 2 items. I was there for like 5 hours. That's all I did. Sold just 2 items. But somebody there asked to host a party and had a party at her house, and she joined. So even though I only sold 2 items, and I think I paid $100 for the event, but I got a party from it. So I had drawing slips there where I was collecting information. So that gave me something to look forward to the next time. So the next time I worked an event, it was a really large event. And it was one of my home shows that I still work to this day. And I remember thinking, how in the world can I afford this event? It was about $1,500, something like that, or maybe it was $1,000. Could have been $1,000. So what I did, I went out and started asking people to work this event with me, some of the team members and people who were not on my team. All of us paid $100, but nobody had anything. All we had was a starter kit. Each one of us had our own starter kit because I signed up in December. This event was in February. So all of us had starter kits, and we had like 1 or 2 warmers. Like, it was just not enough. So in order to fill this 10 by 20 spot, one of my team members went to Walmart and had some pictures blown up. And we took the pictures and stuck them in the booth to kind of fill the space in the back. And we actually brought furniture from home to fill in the gaps because we did not have enough. We didn't even have tables. I think we had like 1 table. I borrowed that table. Somebody else brought a table that they borrowed. And it was a big empty booth. We had a starter kit sitting on the end. We had drawing slips there, but it was a big empty booth. Each one of us had like maybe 5 or 6 bars, and we were there like 4 days. It was a skeleton type of booth. But we were so excited because we wanted to get the word out so people can know what Scentsy was, because it was so new to our area. It was new to us, new to our area. We were just really excited about getting it out. And this is before I really started working on social media. Well, I went ahead and we booked it for the next year, that same event. But I continued to search for events. And how did I search for events? What I did, I started asking people. I started asking around, like, can you tell me where events are? I went to Google search to locate local events in my area. I went to schools. I went to daycares. You name it. I just put it out there, like word of mouth. People started referring me to various events. And then once I get to events, I would ask other vendors, like, where are you going the next time? Can you tell me the list of places that you're going? Because I'm all about building those relationships when I work my events. Like, I got to keep them going. So because when I started working events, I didn't have a whole lot of stuff. I did not. So I worked events with my team members. So all of us kind of came in, brought our things together. Now, I'm going to tell you, we made a lot of mistakes at the beginning because we did not know what we were doing, but we were trying to figure it out. So all of us would bring our events. Sometimes it would be up to 10 of us and bringing all of our stuff. So we labeled our products, and it was hard to keep up really when we got real busy. So we would label products, and on the order forms, we would write down who that product belonged to. Like if it had my name on it, we write my name on it. If it had Susie's name on it, we write Susie's name on it. And we had all this on the order form, trying to separate and figure out who everything belonged to, so we can separate it at the end. That was really hard. That was not the right thing to do, but that's all we knew to do. So later on, we found another way after, trial and error, trying things to see what works. So I spoke with another consultant who told me how they worked events, and it got so much better. So we then at that time started figuring out, like, make everybody bring the same dollar amount in products. That made it so much easier when it came to divide, because instead of all of us having instead of all of us having all the separate things and trying to figure it out on an order form, we decided to bring same dollar amount across the board. So we just took all the products and we put it in a pool, put it like in a pile. So once we sold everything, and towards the end, we would divide the money evenly and divide the products evenly. That's what we do now. So it took us a long time to get to that point, but we finally got there. So after each event, things continue to grow and grow and grow, because as I'm at events, I'm making new contacts now, connecting with new people, connecting with people that I normally wouldn't have done, wouldn't have connected with if I were home. I love getting out, meeting people. I love introducing what I do to people. And this is what I say: I don't work events to make money. So many times, people don't quite understand that part. I don't work events to make money. I work events to get to know people, get to meet people, get to connect with people, get to talk about the opportunity. I work events to book parties. I work events to book fundraisers. That's what I'm there for. So it's like a way to advertise. It's advertisement, but it's face-to-face advertising, because the things that we have that we share, I don't say sell because we share, the things that we have that we share, it's really hard to do an ad. I remember when I first started Scentsy, I used to do ads because we were offered to do ads, paper ads, and even ads in the newspaper, ads on the news. That did not work for us. We're in this type of business where people need to see it. They need to touch it, feel it, smell it. So if it's in an ad somewhere, I would not do that now. I tried everything at the beginning, but I found that didn't work for us, because people need to touch it, feel it, smell it. Surely smell it with the nose, right? So as long as I can get out there and let people smell the product, it's going to sell. It sells itself, but I got to get out there so people can see it, touch it, smell it. So that's where my success came from. I got to tell you guys, after all these years that I've been doing this, I have a huge customer base. Now, at the beginning, I did not do follow-up. I did not have time because I worked. It was really hard to keep up with all the people that I met. And I feel terrible about that because I didn't truly have a follow-up system. But I tried to provide the best customer service so people can come back to me. But again, I fell short on that. But I did not develop a true follow-up system until 2020, to be honest. I was made to reinvent myself at that time when I was at home working my business. Since he came up with some follow-up apps, and I took advantage of that. And then it was called Maven at the time. It was Amy, then it was Maven. Now we have a free app. It's called Scentsy Connect. I love that so much. Scentsy provides a new follow-up tool for us. It's free. And before Scentsy came up with that, I opted into a program called Project Broadcast. I pay a fee for that, but it's a broader way for me to connect with customers. And I like how we can break our customers down, break them up in categories, like where you meet them and all this sort of thing. Same thing with Scentsy Connect. I love it so much because it does give me a chance to communicate back with the customers. I can even break it down and categorize it based on where I met them. So my follow-up system now is seamless because it has helped me so much with my sales, because of these people that I continuously meet. I still got a ton of people to add in my contacts. I have probably, in my contacts, I have pretty close to about 5,000 customers, over 5,000 really. I have like so many more than that, but again, I'm just not starting this follow-up system, but I got a lot of customers, and I'm grateful. I have a lot of customers. I have a lot of loyal customers, And sometimes these customers become team members. Sometimes I've worked fundraisers for them, but I've been blessed. I truly have been blessed because of how I get out here and meet people. I love working events. I do. I mean, as a matter of fact, this month I'm going to do a party towards the end of the month. Like, I got to figure out how to do this. I got to go to YouTube and learn how to do the parties because I am an events person. I do a lot of events for a lot of big expos. Like, I'm working events where there are like hundreds of thousands of people. That I love it so much because I love meeting people in a broader way. But when I started, I didn't start out big. I used to do outdoor events for like 3 or 4 hours at a time, where outside with the tent. So now what I do when I'm invited to work small events, I give them to my team members now. Because I work the bigger ones, I don't have time for the smaller ones anymore. So I give them to my team members, and they love that because I get a lot of invites all the time to events, and I just pass them on to them. And so when I work my bigger events, I take them with me. For those who want to come, like, come on with me. And they get to learn. They get to get that hands-on experience. They get to see how much fun I have with my customers. They love that. They get to recruit there. They get to book parties. They do all the things that I would do. They just don't have to set up and break down. I do all the work. I do all that part. They just come in and hand out their samples, and talk to people and get new contacts. That's what my team does through me when they work with me at my events. So I love that a whole lot. I started doing that some years ago where I pay for the bigger events. They don't have to pay. All they do is just have their handout things to hand out. I treat my events like training. So they just hand out the information, and when they make a sale, that's their customer to follow with. Like, yes, I do this for my team members. So grateful because that helps overall, because it provides a space for me, for them to see how to do things hands-on. Okay, love you guys. Take care. Stand by for some more tips. Bye, guys.